live. Today I have the honor of interviewing DJ Heron, a Miami DJ, producer, and media personality. This week he just released a new album in which he remixes 13 of Thirstin Howl III's classic tracks. He has new music dropping in April, a new web series we're going to talk about, and an incredible music career. Let's bring him in. Peace.
Peace. Salute. How you doing, brother?
Salute, my brother. Thank you so much for
Salute.
taking
Salute.
time out of your day. I know you could be making a beat right now.
I'm in the studio actually as we speak.
That's what's up. My bro,
So,
what
man.
an incredible week you've had. You just dropped a new album, Thirstin on
Yeah.
Heron. Talk to us about the concept, about the production, about the songs you selected, about the whole thing.
Man, big ups to Thurston Howell and the
Yeah.
Lows, all the low lives around the world. It was an honor working with the brother. The brother's a very talented mogul. Now that he's being endorsed by Ralph Lauren after all the stuff that's been going on, and he's been getting a lot of a lot of world renown
Yeah.
ever since he's been doing his stuff.
Yeah, I
And
go to the polo store and his picture, you know how they do the
son,
raps.
yeah, his
And I'm
son
like,
there.
I'm with my wife. I'm like, baby, this is hip hop
Yeah,
right here. You
yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
he's there
He's there.
worldwide, worldwide. It's in Switzerland, it's in Ireland, it's everywhere. Um, and he's close. He used to live down here in Miami, and I met him through my friend DJ XS, who ends up being his DJ, and he was also I think he's vice president of the Lowe's in Miami. So Thurston, his mom's had a crib in Wynwood, and every year he would do an Art Basel party where everybody would come out. He'd do it like a 3-day party, and everybody would go. Man, it was the best thing. Like one of the best things during Wynwood during Art Basel to do, and we got real
Yeah.
close. And at that time, he had all his music on a project on CDs, and he gave it to a couple of the DJs and said, "Yo, do me a favor, see if you could do a mixtape or some of my stuff."
Yeah.
And I'm not really fond of doing mixtapes. I like doing mixtapes, certain things. I did mixtapes for Razcast. I've done mixtapes for Sindicato. I've done mixtapes for a lot of other purposes, but I'm not really happy about mixes. But when he asked me to do it, I was like, there's acapellas on here. So there's like close to
Oh,
like 30, 40 acapellas on here. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get on there and I'm going to just take the acapellas and I'm going to just remix everything.
yeah.
So when he gave me the project, I started remixing. I gave him some of the stuff. Access was listening to some of the stuff, going back and forth. No, let's try this. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I was done with the project, I mean, it was something really spectacular. It was
Yeah.
really came out
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. No, it's dope. I've been listening to it, in preparation for this, to listen to your style and to listen to everything that, you did on that project and the songs you selected, the acapellas you selected. Talk to us about your approach to hip hop production, right? Because nowadays, the game's changed so much. So it started off vinyl, MPCs, and now, people they just produce right in their computer often. How do you produce?
Uh, I started an MPC. I have an MPC, but I listen to a lot of
Yeah.
records.
Yeah.
Records is my thing. I collect records. I have a collection. Um, I'm always listening. I've been producing since I was 18
Wow.
years old. I had my first record deal with Atlantic Records when I was 18.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. And then I had a label on Sony at one time, doing Latin boom bap, doing Latin hip hop.
Yeah.
Um, so I've been working out with different independents and different companies. I used to be one of the producers for Mike Ripper, rest in peace. He's one of a big legend in Miami. Um, uh, but I've been doing a lot of production here and there. But I've been DJing a lot mainly and
Yeah.
lately, putting a lot of events together because Miami doesn't have a lot of people that do a lot of the big events down, bringing like names, like Talib Kweli and names like
Yeah.
Slum Village, and I was one of the first curators to create J Dilla weekends down here.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was one of the first guys to put all that stuff together down here. So
Yeah, that's really dope. I'm in LA, but I'm originally from DC, and they've got the Dilla Foundation in
yeah,
DC. And so, it's funny. Ma Dukes is always in
yeah.
DC, even though he's from Detroit.
Yeah, she's in Puerto
So
Rico now. God bless her. She's been, I think she's been doing really well. I haven't talked to her in a while. She's been a very big inspiration, Miss Yancy.
yeah,
Yeah, she supported a lot of stuff that I try to do.
that's really dope, man. That's really really dope. She's amazing, and he was such an amazing pioneer. Your
Absolutely.
production, for the producer heads, for the hip hop heads, how do you produce? What's that like for you? Are you doing it in an MPC? Are you doing it on a computer?
Yeah,
Are you mostly
from
sample based?
I go I I try all different kinds of things. I'm in the middle of try all different kinds of things. I
Yeah.
try different times, but mainly I go MPC, and I go from MPC. I go right to I go to Pro Tools,
Yeah.
and then I mess around there, and I plugins and adding keys. I try to be instrumental with it as much as I can. Uh, the project that's coming out with Grupo HNE has
Yeah.
no samples at all.
Wow.
The first two songs that we dropped are sample songs to just get the buzz going, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
to get attention to the group because Excess, he's been writing. Excess is a DJ. Like again, Excess DJ for Thurstin Howl. He's a low life and he DJ for Thurstin Howl. And the project in Grupo HNE, he's emceeing the whole project.
Okay.
So he's not touching one turntable, he's not touching anything. He's writing everything.
Wow.
Um, and he's been writing, when we used to all hang out and do freestyles and stuff like that, he always had his, let me throw my little ta ta ta,
Yeah.
and he kills it. So he really didn't focus it, but he always had that Tira Flecha stuff where it was like, I got the, the darts, you know what I'm saying? And Excess was really, that's what we came about with his project and started no samples on that project at all. But I'm a sample animal, man. I love samples, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I love it.
It's a certain sound that you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be, masterful in whatever you do, but there's a certain sound from a sample and the way you could chop samples.
Yeah, I love sampling, bro. Sampling. My first piece of equipment was an MPC 60.
Wow.
By
Wow.
Roger Lynn, the old school ones, the ones that look like a big dinosaur, the big square ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that. That machine is like that's like if it had a pussy, excuse me if I can say that, but if I
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
pussy,
yeah.
I'd marry
We're,
that
we're,
bitch.
we're on the internet.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you mentioned Grupo HNE, right? And we had messaged before, and that's a project you've got coming really soon.
Yeah.
The new Grupo HNE project. Tell us who's in Grupo HNE, who's it composed of, and talk to us about that new project.
Grupo HNE consists of there's three members of it. It's me, myself, DJ XS, which we don't got an MC name for him. I gotta talk to him about that because he's just going by XS. And then this brother, this composer, he's a salsero, and his name is Combinando Music. He's an instrumentist. He plays, I think, like four different kinds of
Wow.
instruments, and he's a badass on the conga. And he's close to Excess, real close, and then he introduced him to me, and then we're like, me and Excess is always because he's always throwing verses at me. It's like, yo, maybe we should just connect and do a project together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we started a project uh maybe about a year and a half ago. No sample, no
So it's
samples at
live
all.
instrumentation,
Just like
congas, and
me on the drums, turntables, and Excesses on the mic, and Nando's on the keyboard, or on the congas, or whatever instrumental that we got to play. We have a couple songs. We did a song with some live Rhodes.
mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, some talented stuff. We went to different studios and recorded
Yeah.
the album. Um, I mean, the project came out phenomenal. I'm like so excited about this project. This project is really going to be something exceptional for hip hop and everybody to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super dope. Does it have it's a hip hop project, but does it have a strong Latin sound?
It does because it does. I'm gonna say yeah. All three of us are
Yeah.
Latinos. Nando and Excess are Puerto Rican and I'm
Yeah.
Peruvian. And then Excess got this like this flow that he goes from English to
Yeah.
Spanish to English to Spanish, and I'm not. I mean, I know I have a following in Peru, and me and Salazar have a following in Spain. We have a song in rotation in Spain.
Wow.
Um, Salazar is on one of the first songs on one of the first singles on the Moneymaker
Yeah.
song, and that's a song where they go back and forth in English and Spanish.
Yeah.
And Salazar is from here; he's Cuban, and but Salazar rips it in English and Spanish
Yeah.
also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's got both kinds of verses, and so the versatility was there, and the whole Henny project came out just like that, like him going excess going back and forth English and Spanish, English and Spanish.
Yeah.
But how do you say it? You can't really tell.
Yeah.
Like you just feel in the vibe. Like you're gonna understand like this. The hood's gonna understand. If you don't understand, I know if you're from Brooklyn, like I mean you're gonna know like what Pops is saying. Like you're gonna understand, like you can
Yeah.
relate. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're not gonna understand what he's saying, you know, but
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a verse the Method Man just dropped this week where he's rapping in Spanish.
yeah,
Method Man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
did,
Where I
did
mean,
hear that.
he's not doing a full on, but and most Def has done it before, right? For non-Latinos who grow up, they grow up around Latinos. You speak a little bass line, a little bit of
Right.
lingo. What's interesting right now is that Latin music and reggaeton and urban Latino has hit this massive wave that I think it hasn't hit a wave like that since Yankee when Yankee blew up with
Right.
Gasolina, where it had that massive spike and it went for a moment in time and it became its own genre and settled in, but it hit this other wave right
Yeah,
now,
bro.
which
It's
I
on
think
some.
lends itself really good to that kind of Spanglish
Yeah.
Latinos in an urban setting, but not always having to just rap in English, right? They can mix it up,
Correct.
tap
Correct.
into their culture,
Correct.
you
Correct.
know?
Correct. I mean, let's be real. I mean, Latins have been in hip hop since the beginning of when hip
Yeah,
hop started. You know,
yeah,
so it shouldn't be anything new to anybody to hear that. And
yeah.
and plus, the Latin stuff that's out now, like there's some trap Latin stuff and like some good shit
Oh
out
yeah,
there, bro. Like
yeah,
some dope stuff out
yeah,
there, man. Um, it's just it's Latinos always try to we man we have our own style sauce and we put our foot into everything, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, and we try to really be thorough what we do,
yeah,
and that's how it is.
yeah, yeah. No, that's dope. So, in regards to we have the album you just dropped this week, Thirstin on Heron, available on all digital streaming platforms, and then you've got the new Grupo HNE project coming out. When approximately is that coming out?
That's coming out really at pretty much like the middle of April.
Wow,
Right at the middle of April, we have two videos already filmed. Big up to Steven
wow,
Gonzalez. Uh, also, the Henny project, we have like three or four more singles that we're trying to drop before the album, just to
wow.
really push it out there to get the project really buzzing. The next songs that are coming out, like they're really incredible. Like we have a song with Shotty. I don't know if you're familiar with
Oh
Shotty
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah. I know
Miami.
Shotty. Shotty's dope.
We also got a song with Money Mowgli. Are you familiar with Money
Yeah,
Mowgli?
yeah,
Please look into these brothers. These brothers are really doing exceptional work
yeah,
right now, especially Mowgli and Shotty.
yeah.
Like they're really, they're buzzing the scene in Miami like I haven't seen it in a while, man.
Wow.
The culture is crazy down there right now. Like I
Yeah,
can't explain. With not just those guys, Orion also.
yeah,
Orion's on the first song, the single that was with the Call the Palmetto. He's the second guy on that song.
yeah,
So these guys are really doing it down here. They're really killing it down here. And big ups to
yeah,
Apex. Big ups to Surge Rock. Like these guys are really just doing it down here, pushing the culture down here hard.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I had the opportunity to sit down with Shotty, did an interview with him. He's such a dope individual, and when I interview somebody, you know, it goes beyond like what's the most recent single. I go deep into the discography, and that brother's put in so much work.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
that
The
guy,
co farm right there.
that's the goat.
That's
That's
the
the
goat.
fucking goat.
The goat
He's
bar.
been pushing. If anybody needs to blow the fuck up, it's
Yeah,
that guy, bro.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
fucking. Been hearing him, a lot. Like, not just lately, just throughout the years, bro.
yeah,
That's a Miami native, from
yeah,
Kendall, big up. And yo, Shotty's the dude, man.
yeah,
Like, please, like, I'm trying. Like, I had to do a blast. Like, I send the stuff that he gives me, I give it to Tony Touch, and I try
yeah,
to give it to Static. I try to get his name out there because, like, the kid is super, super duper
yeah.
talented.
It's his time. It's his
It's his
time. He's up.
time.
He's
It's
up.
Shotty's time.
Yeah,
It's the same for Mowgli too.
yeah.
I feel the same way for both of them.
That's dope.
Mowgli's is another artist. I mean, I don't know, but if you haven't tap into him.
Yeah, I haven't had a
He's
chance to interview him, but
ooh,
I'm gonna reach out. I'm like, listen,
he's
man, you got
he
the cosign.
Heat, heat, there's nothing but heat, man. Nothing but heat,
Yeah,
bro. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, those guys right there really keeping the thick down here,
That's
man.
dope.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been the motivation on everybody's part. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That I mean, it takes a combination of things, down here. Like I did before they did their stuff, and I did a project called Heron and Serum, which is another rapper from Miami named
yeah,
Serum. And he's had projects also that's out there for a while. But this is Miami culture, like the
yeah,
undergrounds. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's a lot of underground down here. There's a lot of dope MCs in Miami. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
so
saying?
I wanted to ask you about that. So, we've talked about some of the artists that are on your projects and that you've worked with. Are there any artists that you haven't had a chance to work with yet that you'd be excited on, doing production for, doing a Heron, so and so on Heron. You know what
Definitely,
I'm saying? Yeah.
definitely. I would love to work with Busta Rhymes. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Ooh.
Busta Rhymes. I also like Royce to 5'9".
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
5'9".
You like those super
So
lyrical.
yeah, I like lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love lyrics. And I would love to work with my brother Talib. I do something with
Absolutely.
Talib, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
something
no,
that'd be great.
those are incredible lyricists. I think that would be really dope. But you're working on a web series. I'm not sure if it's completed yet, but it's called House of Heron,
Correct.
and you're working with a bunch of different MCs. Can you
Correct.
talk to us about this project? What was the concept? Because that's a really dope
Well,
concept.
uh, I actually we finished filming the 12th episode this tomorrow,
Wow.
Saturday. Uh, the final episode is with Legacy. Um, we did 12 episodes of Miami's dopest MCs, right? From Shotty, Mowgli, Tetris. We did one with Recognized from Mayday.
Wow.
Um, Legend, George Spitz, Lauda, Grupo HNE. I mean, just to name a few,
Yeah.
and then at the end I just did Salazar. So the 12th one is coming, and the project came about was my boy. he he's had a bunch of equipment, and he was like, let me just try to put some ideas together, and let's come up with some stuff on how we can film some stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, it would be great if I can just blindfold like an MC, get them to pick three records, and then when you pick the three records, I make the beat out of the three records, and you write the two verses, and we film one verse. Like we film everything
Yeah,
as
you
I'm
film
doing
the
the
whole
beat.
thing and then you edit it down. Movie
Correct,
magic.
correct, correct. So we
Bring it
film
down to
every
like, but it's a whole day of your working,
correct,
but then you bring it down to movie magic.
correct. Correct. And Benny, big ups to Gridlock Production House, Benny the Grid and Calam, and they go there and they film everything. It's like I have a film crew at the crib.
Yeah,
I'm in chancletas,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it ain't, the
Yeah,
dog's running around, you know what I'm saying? We're smoking out, like, we're vibing out, you know what I'm saying? Doing, and the project came out incredible,
wow.
Tetris, Tetris was the number one episode, and I have to say, Tetris was the spark of it, and then my second episode was with Shotty,
Yeah,
and then we had Choco Valens come in, and then Orion came in, and bro, I ended up having such a beautiful project. and Benny's been dropping pieces of it, just doing promo of it. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to drop it in
Yeah.
January, but he pulled back and said something was wrong, and we had to pull back from it. But
Yeah.
and so besides that, I think it was one of the hard drives went bad or something like that,
Yeah.
and it had to do with when you have so much material and you're not just messing with 1 or 2 gigs, you're messing with 15, 20 gigs at a
Yeah.
time, and it's hard with transferring information, and the
Yeah.
puzzle and
Video's different from music,
it's a
right?
lot.
Music, yeah, video's like 20 gigabytes. It is just 2 episodes, right?
Correct. So something like that happened,
Wow.
and so it's the nature, and uh, we have to fix some things. We had to fix certain things, and pretty much we'll be in a couple weeks, maybe about another 2, 3 weeks after we film this last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a date. We're gonna drop it, and I have to get all the publicity work and everything, all the marketing material and everything together.
Yeah.
There's actually a trailer being created from all the 12
Oh,
episodes. So
oh, that's dope. Because I saw the trailer that I used in promo for you, right? For this.
right,
There's a little sizzle, but
right,
y'all are putting together another
right. But if
another trailer.
you look through my page, there's other little itty bitty small ones. I'll tag you on some of them so
Yeah.
you can see the
Yeah.
one with Shotty's on
Yeah.
there. Just a
Oh, okay.
little
I didn't see that
teaser.
one.
Yeah, there's a teaser with Shotty on it. There's a teaser with Mowgli on there also. The teaser with Tetris is on there
Wow.
also. Um, but the tracks came out hot, bro. Real
Yes, I
hot.
wanted to ask you about that, right? Because you've got such a dope, unscripted, it's kind of reality TV, right? But it's an unscripted show where it's happening, they're catching the moment of creativity, right? You're blindfolding the people, which is super dope. They're like just randomly just picking records,
Yeah,
right? And then you produce it like right there.
on the
For
spot.
people who, there's people who don't have like a creative bone in their body, right? They've never made a song. What is that process like? How long does it take to make a beat? How long does it take for these very talented artists to write a verse? Talk to us about that creative process.
Well, it's all vibe, brother. It's all no pressure, no vibe. Because I mean, the pressure is enough is that there's the lights and the cameras in the room, and
Yeah,
then I don't. There's a lot of weed involved,
yeah. Get the
uh,
creative juices going.
right? And and there's it's just vibe. You know what I'm saying? No, there's no pressure. There's certain interactions and some like Shotty writes a certain way, Tetris doesn't write a certain way.
Yeah,
Orion writes a certain way, Excess writes a certain way. So everybody has their own chemistry on how they do their
yeah,
thing. Some
yeah,
might take, some might take 15, 10, 20 minutes. Some might take, I need 2, 3, 4 hours. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But at the end, it comes out something like, shit,
yeah,
like this shit is fire.
yeah,
Like, it's really freaking dope. And then you hear you literally see them like going through the lines and like, yo, okay, this is this and that, and then the final we lay the verse down. You guys get to see how we lay the verse down. Like it comes out
that's
dope.
dope. Yeah, that's super cool, man. Especially for like people that want to learn, right? They want to see how it's done by these masters. You know what I'm saying? You as a producer, them as MCs. I'm curious for the cannabis connoisseurs. For you, what is there like a specific strain? Is it sativa, indica? What works for you to kind of get you creative?
Man, as long as it gets me fucked up.
You're like
I don't
surprise
really.
me.
I just don't. I don't do no CBD or none of that shit. I don't. I may dab a little. Big ups to Sal. Uh, but I man, strictly green,
Yeah,
man. I just smoke weed, man. Big ups to Trappist Stay and Jet Life, man.
yeah,
That's my family.
that's dope. Now I'm curious, right? The House of Heron web series is coming. We talked about how that was put together. The MCs are handpicked. They're blindfolded. They pull 3 records, random. You take those records, you produce a track, a beat off of those records. Then they write it on the spot and record it. Is there going to be an album? Is there going to be an album that
Yes.
comes, with all of the music that was made? Can you
Yes.
talk to us about that?
The album is I'm gonna drop 2 singles. The first 2 singles I'm gonna drop is episode 1 and 2.
Yeah,
And then after I drop episode 1 and 2, by at the end of the season, which is we're gonna drop two episodes a month.
Yeah,
So by the end of the season, when it's done, it's all gonna be on YouTube.
yeah.
I'll release the rest of the album and all the second verses and everything, the rest of the project.
That's
But
so
as far as for the first, you'll be able to see him record the first verse to get the rest of the song, the cuts, and the second verse.
you gotta
Uh,
go listen to the
you
album.
gotta go listen to the
Oh,
album.
that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
you have to go
dope.
listen to the album. You're not gonna be able to see that. We're not recording
Yeah,
the second verse live.
yeah,
We record it. The camera shut off though.
yeah.
Right. When it gets to the second verse, the camera goes off.
That's
So you have
so
to
dope.
go to hear it. You have to get the album.
Yeah. So like in you know, in a way you made a documentary of a creation of the creative process, the album. That's so
Yes.
incredible. That's such a dope content. I've never seen that before. I can't wait. For people who want to see that, where can they watch it? Where should they be tapped in?
Gridlock Production House. Gridlock Production House is the YouTube channel. You know, that's
Yeah.
also, but you can also, if you don't, you can find it on djheron.com.
Yeah.
You can, and I'm sure I'll have links there where you can see everything. You'll be able to purchase and pre-sale the album and get the album off of djheron.com.
That's dope. That's dope. And people who follow you, they're gonna see
Everything.
you promoting it. You do such a good job promoting, so they'll be able to like know like it's coming, it's
Right.
here. Go
It's
stream it.
correct.
Right.
I can't wait for Olu to finish the trailer. Olu, big ups to Graphic Majors. They are doing the trailer. I didn't have Benny do the trailer. Benny still working on the episodes.
Yeah.
So I grab all the muchest footage I can grab from Benny,
Yeah.
and I had Olu do the trailer for it. Big ups to
That's dope.
Clockwork.
Yeah. That's really cool, man. And a different, like a different creative mind taking it and making a
Right.
trailer out of it versus
Let him
the
do that part, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? There's certain aspects that he's gonna catch on a good eye of Olu, and then Benny's gonna keep his eye on, doing the episodes as his tradition doing that
That's
thing. There's certain things that promotion material and people who do marketing and concentrate on that stuff
yep.
have their eye and vision on those things rather than somebody that's doing episodes.
Longer
Everybody plays their part in
format.
positions. Correct. Everybody plays their position and everything that goes on.
That's dope, man. You talked about how you DJ a lot, you put together events, you organize events, you bring talent to Miami, and you're doing things. Are there any upcoming DJ gigs or upcoming events for people that want to go listen to DJ Heron spin live, where they can see you at, or events that are coming up that you want to plug?
Well, first, we just did Stove God Cooks. Big ups to Legends Only. I'm my partner Dan Green from Clockworth. We do a lot of the events down here. We do the biggest Art Basel events in
Wow.
Miami. Last year we had DJ Paul,
Wow.
Freddie Gibbs, and Stove God Cooks, and then the year before that we had also we did it was Jadakiss, Currency, and then
Wow.
all of West Side Gun and the whole Griselda.
Wow.
Every year we try to do something big for Art
Yeah.
Basel. This year, we're gonna probably most likely and I don't want to leak out, but it looks
Yeah.
like we're probably gonna do something with West Side Gun again
Wow.
and do probably Gun Basel 3, bring it back to Miami.
That's dope.
Uh, yeah, which consists of Benny the Butcher. I mean, I can't even say all those names yet. But Westside always has a way of bringing everybody to his events. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
From
It's
Amani
like
Caesar to
once
Rome
he's locked
Streets.
in,
Yeah, I don't know who Westside's bringing. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a potluck thing, but it's 2 hours of everything Westside does. So
that's dope.
so last time he came when we did the Art Basel at the Skateboard,
Yeah.
um, he brought from Amani Caesar to Boldy James. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So that's what we're probably going to do this year again. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I work really, we've been working closely with, as far as for Legends Only, Clockworth, and we work real closely with West Side Gun, and we're about, we push the Griselda project. We push Griselda heavily down here.
yeah.
I mean, the first guys to bring Benny down here, Conway was us. I mean, we were the
Yeah.
first ones to bring him down to Miami.
Yeah.
I brought Benny down to Orlando first, and then to Orlando, and I brought him back to Miami.
Wow.
So yeah, we were the first ones to bring him down here.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But I can say that about a lot of MCs. I can say that about we were the first ones to bring Foley James
Wow.
down here, Stove God. I was the first one to bring what's his name? There's a bunch of names, bro. But
Yeah.
we do a lot of firsties. We try to do a lot of independent firsties. You know what I'm saying? To help people out in their careers to get them going.
Absolutely, man. And bringing it down to South Florida. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Making sure that the hip hop is alive. The Peruvian boom bap king. Talk to us about that name, that moniker, what it means to you, how it came about.
Well, Miami's a finicky city. You know, there's not like you're hearing a Tribe Called Quest on the block. You know, you're not hearing it. You hear it in the club maybe, but you're not hearing it in the cars. People
Yeah.
might go to it, but there's not a lot of big hip hop, classic clubs down here.
Yeah.
There's events like Old School Saturdays. They do a big Saturday party in
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale. There's certain places where you can go to catch certain vibes,
Yeah.
but I've kind of been, away from the DJ scene, because I've been focusing more towards like
Yeah.
studio and really just focusing trying to get my production out there,
Yeah.
get my music out there. I love to DJ, man. I love to DJ. Like my friend owns a venue where I help manage it and help put it together.
That's dope.
He owns TJL Essentials, and I help him run that. That's what we did the Art Basel show this year.
Wow.
And we're planning, most likely, if we can, we're gonna probably do it here.
That's
I'm
dope.
trying. I gotta get all the ducks in a row, but um, it just it's Miami is it's a different kind of city, but it's
Oh
real
yeah.
though. Don't get it twisted. It may
Don't
be
get
it
it.
may be
Don't get
sunny.
it messed up.
Yeah, it may be sunny, but it ain't funny down here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Don't let
Like,
the it's the same thing out here in LA. Don't let the palm trees fool you.
yeah, don't let the palm trees fool you. It's real out here. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know.
My mom used to live in Kendall, and I
Oh,
spent some
word.
time in
Okay.
Miami. Yeah, yeah. And it's, Miami's such a special place, man, because you got so much influence from Latin America and the Caribbean and all those cultures. But you
Yes.
have such a strong connection with New York
Yeah.
specifically. That New York
Absolutely.
Miami connection's been there since day one, always.
Yes.
And so hip hop's been alive down there. But
Years.
then Miami's got its own thing. It's
Yeah.
its own thing.
Miami,
You know what
Miami
I'm
don't
saying?
care. They do that. Miami's a party city. There's an ice cream party starting right
Yeah.
now somewhere. There's so many parties in Miami, so many things in Miami to do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you don't want to hear, hip hop. You want to hear trap.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to hear trap, you want to hear fucking reggae. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other places. Especially if you go to Wynwood,
Yeah.
and if you don't want to go to Wynwood and you want to be really bougie, you can go to the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And go chill at the beach. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's dope. Miami's an incredibly important city who right now is kind of like it's I feel like it's the poppin' city in the world right now. Quite honestly,
it
it's
man,
got that whole energy with Messi and I mean, it's on
it
top of the world
is.
right now.
We popping.
Yeah,
We popping. We popping in Miami.
yeah,
Miami, we're known as the party city. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I've partied in New York,
Hmm.
Atlanta,
Yeah,
LA, Puerto Rico, and, and,
yeah.
and there's no party like a Miami
Woo!
party. There's no,
I love
no
that.
party like that. Yeah, no party like a Miami party, baby.
Yeah,
For real. And I'm from
yeah,
Brooklyn, but I've been here since '89. But there's
yeah.
no party like Miami party, baby. For real.
That's dope. On your website, people can listen to some production. There's also a way, like if people want to get a custom beat, talk to us about those services. If somebody wants to tap in with you, they love what you did on the Thirstin on Heron. They hear your production. They hear, you know what I'm saying? If they want to work with you as a producer, if they want to work with you creatively, talk to us about that process. What's the right way for people to connect with you?
It's all about, man, just have heat. You know what I'm saying? Have dope
Mm,
shit. That's it. I'm down to work with everybody.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? I love to work, man. I love to work, and if we keep our interests right, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
everybody, we can work together. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Yeah,
about everybody, MCs and everybody, and producers uniting. And the music's big. Hip hop's a
yeah,
big melting pot. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's it's come on, it's out there, and we need to nurture it, teach the young. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old fart right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
53 years old, but I try to help as much as the young and the youth that I can. You know what I'm saying? I really try
yeah.
to help them. I got a big project with my niece coming out. You know,
Talk to us about that.
big ups to Jazzy. Jazzy, it's an R&B project. She writes whole verses. She sings. You know what I'm saying? She's incredible, bro. She's some heat. She's kind of like in my chamber, like in my like she's ready. Like we're just pretty much. She lives in Orlando,
Yeah,
but she comes down here as much as she can,
yeah,
and we do like 2 or 3 songs. We try to really get some work together, and
oh,
I'm really excited about her project. Her project is like it's like boom bap with R&B
yeah,
type things. I mean, I'm not saying it has been out. Of course, there's Mary J. Blige and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But this is, how can I explain it? It's like, I mean, it's just like her soul is so soulful, and the drums and the beats and how the vibe is. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It samples. So
Absolutely.
so it's gonna be it's something crazy.
Yeah,
Pick up some jazzy.
that's dope, man. In the House of Heron, they go in and they are blindfolded and they pick, 3 vinyl. How big is your vinyl collection? How long have you been collecting? How long have you been digging?
Oh man, I've been digging since I was 17, 16, 17 years old, man. And I have tons of music. I've lost a couple. I served some time a couple, like a good 10, 15 years ago, and I lost a
Yeah.
good amount of records. But no, right now I have a good wall, maybe about a good, maybe I would say about 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's super dope. I think what's so interesting about vinyl, movies also with VHS, there's stuff that gets
yeah,
lost. So unless you have, you know what I mean? Not everything makes it to the next, whatever the next format is, the next paradigm. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So like there's so much stuff on vinyl that's never gonna be digital.
right.
They, short batches, especially like a lot of stuff that's from other countries,
Yeah,
records
there's,
from Eastern Europe, records from Asia, records from Latin America. They
yeah,
did a small 1,000 batch, maybe not even 1,000, 200, 300, but they had some heat.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what mostly my records came from my parents. They were
Wow.
listening all the Ruben Blades. They were listening to the all the orchestras. And my dad used to play Stevie Wonder and listen to Sly the Family Stone when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my dad was the one that introduced me to Michael Jackson and
Yeah.
all those records. You know what I'm saying? As a young kid, and then being in New York, listening to like the radio stations of 98.7 Kiss, listening to Red Alert,
Yeah.
and listening to Mr. Magic on that 107.5 WBLS. It was like, you know. That's where my chemistry came from, and then my,
That's
my
hip hop.
dad.
That's the beginning of hip hop right there.
Right, and then my dad played three. He played in church. He played 3 different instruments. My
Wow.
mom was in choir. She sang in church, and my dad was always in a band when he was younger. And when he moved from Peru to America, and he raised me in New York, it was, and he just really, he just like I really started hearing a lot with my dad in his car what he used to play. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
plays some funk. He
Yeah. Oh
plays
yeah.
some stuff, from his variety. My dad's ear, think about it, from Hector Lavoe to Stevie
Yeah.
Wonder, bro. Like
Yeah.
like the diversity. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I would listen to everything and Rakim. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And my dad never hated me on
Yeah.
that. He would never be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, take that shit off." You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
would be like, "Yo, that's pretty nice."
Yeah. I
He
see what
he
they're doing
enjoyed
there.
it, and I kind of got all that energy from him and
That's
listening to
dope.
that. My dad never like really told me like, "Yo, turn that shit
Yeah.
down." My mom was the opposite.
Right.
My mom was like, "Nigga, you gotta study." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But
You better do it
or
right.
like, it's too fucking loud. But my dad was always like, he didn't give a shit. He was like, if you tell me something because my mom was saying something, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? So my
right.
dad be like, yo, bájalo un poquito, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but he never was like, yo, that shit devil music,
Right, right.
and
Right now,
you
he was
know,
a supportive. He was
right,
a
correct.
creative.
He enjoyed it.
Yeah.
My dad loved listening to Bismarck. He loved
That's
Bismarck.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Bismarck, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What back in his era, man, he ruled the world. The
Yeah.
Vapors, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he was
Rest in peace, Bismarck.
yeah, rest
That was
in
big.
peace.
I
You know,
I I I felt that one. I felt that when I felt Prodigy pass
yeah,
away, when I felt Guru pass away, and
yeah,
when I felt Bismarck pass away, um, and especially Fife when I felt Fife pass away.
yeah,
I was with I was DJing a party with Tony Touch and Maceo from De La Soul,
yeah,
and it was a Saturday night here, and we knew Fife was in the hospital,
yeah.
and we was all together, and that's when I was with Rich Medina
Wow,
also, and we was
wow.
all working, and we found out that's when we found out Fife had passed away. But those were like those energies there. I like, especially Bismarck. I
Yeah,
felt when Bismarck passed away, man.
yeah. That's tough, man.
Yeah,
As we start to wrap, I want to make sure that for people that have come in later or who watch, a highlight later, that we capture some of the things that, you've come out in 2024, with guns blazing,
yeah,
right? So you have the new album that you just dropped with Thirstin Howl III called Thirstin on Heron. It's available on all digital streaming platforms.
correct.
Incredible job on that.
Thank
You've
you.
got a new project that's going to be dropping in April
Correct,
called Grupo HNE,
correct.
right? That you're building it up. That's a new joint that's about to drop in April.
Yeah,
And then you have a web series called House
correct,
of Heron that's going to be
correct,
dropping in the near future. It's you're filming the last episode this Saturday,
correct.
and in that you take some of the dopest talent in Miami, blindfold them. They randomly pick records that they can't see. You
Yeah,
produce a track off of those records, then they
yeah,
write on the spot, and that's going to be released as a web series and an album.
correct,
That's
correct,
incredible. What an
correct.
amazing 2024. Bro, we're only in February.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny, I got stuff in the chamber. I got Legacy's album coming right after that. Like as soon as the web series is done, Legacy's episode number 12.
Wow.
Once Legacy's up, so we timed it in a way where we know we're gonna drop 2 episodes a month. On the last month, we dropped Legacy's album, with Legacy and Legacy is another big huge name down
Wow.
here in Miami. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm
my
and then
bro,
we got Jazzy's project dropping too. So we're in the mix of finishing that too. So
that's so dope. What's the best way for people to contact you, to find you? Where are you most active online?
online, you can find me on Instagram. You can find
Yeah.
me on Instagram. Anywhere you see DJ underscore Heron,
Mm-hmm.
you can catch me there. Or you can catch me on it in you can catch me on djheron.com.
Yeah.
Or I know there's other people that got my name, but it's okay. I'm not hating. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anywhere you find DJ Heron, anywhere you find Addictive Affairs.
Yeah.
But if you contact anybody from EFN to Mowgli to Shotty to, they know where to get
Yeah.
at me. You know what
You're
I'm saying?
right.
That's
They
all
know what the
family.
real Heron
Yeah,
is.
you know what a real Heron is. For
That's
real.
dope.
Right.
My brother, it's been an honor to sit down with you for a little bit, talk about your incredible career, this incredible year that you've already started off with 2, 3, 4 projects in the chamber ready to go.
Yeah.
Salute to you.
Thank you.
Wishing you the best.
Thank you.
And you know what I'm saying? I see you around. I know you're gonna be making noise this year.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and your energy for this, King.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, my bro.
Yo,
Salute.
peace.
Peace.
Salute. Peace.